What's going on, people? It's Flight Sports TV. I appreciate y'all for checking with me, man. You already know what it is, man. Shout out SMG in the building earlier. Appreciate y'all, man. Shout out to everybody. I got a real good topic. I'm not gonna hold the people too long right now. I want to talk about right now why Lonzo Ball is on the clock tonight. Like I said, all eyes and antennas will be on Lonzo Ball tonight. Also, the Chicago Bulls, but like I said, obviously it'll be majority of people focusing on Lonzo Ball tonight and watching his progression. Obviously, we know the situation. Lonzo Ball did not have a great game coming off with the Chicago Bulls up against the Indiana Pacers. Mind you, the Pacers are one of the worst teams in the East. But give them credit. They seem like they're trying to get the wheels turning in Indiana. Let's see if they're successful at that. But what I want to say is the Bulls really did not come to play that game against Indiana. It was a complete no-show, and it was also a no-show on Lonzo Ball's part as well. Lonzo Ball was not prepared to play that evening. He's got to bring it early from the start. Tonight, more than anything than like some high points, some people might be looking for 30 plus points, 20. So I'm more looking at a mindset and a way that he's playing and his take to the game. You understand? I'm expecting Lonzo Ball to really bring it tonight with heart. I'm more looking at heart, effort, determination. That's more what I'm looking at today, this evening at Lonzo Ball, more than some high points per games and things of that nature. Heart. You're facing obviously the worst team in basketball, the Houston Rockets. You need to use this game against Houston as a barometer to beat their ass up. Just beat them up, and get moving. You get on track right now against the Houston Rockets. This team is food. You could beat them. They could easily be had. This is where I want Lonzo Ball to use this game as a barometer for himself. You should be able to put this team away early. There's no reason why Houston should be lingering around with Chicago tonight. Chicago needs to put these boys away right away so these guys so Lonzo Ball could continue to progress as well. Lonzo needs to get more touches with the rock. Tonight Lonzo has to take initiative tonight. No handouts. Go out there and take it. You understand? That's what I'm expecting from Lonzo Ball tonight. This is the perfect opportunity. You got 2 games against Houston, another game. You got 1 game against Houston, another game against Orlando. Those are 2 games where Lonzo will be able to go to that next level and get back to shake this loss off. Like I said, y'all, I damn near scrapped this loss. I'm expecting since Jalen Green way too gifted for Zoe. Jalen Green is a problem. Shout out Big Country. He said I like Jalen Green. That kid's got a good, bright future. I almost look at that kid as almost like a more athletic John Morant. Jalen Green reminds me of a more athletic John Morant. That's scary, y'all. That dude jumping out the building. I'm not sure if that's smart for a guy to be jumping. It seemed like he jumping with every fiber in his body. Jalen Green. I want Jalen Green to tone some of that athleticism down. I understand he's young. It's just, it get problematic when guys jumping out the building like that. Shout out to Rico, too. I see you in here early. But back to what I was saying. Lonzo Ball has to change his mindset. You understand? You can't go out there comfortable with being in the corner. I'm trying to figure out what was the difference between the game against Dallas, the game against the Lakers, things of that nature. Even more games sprinkled in between that, where even if it was low scoring numbers, the energy was there, the vibe, everything. You could tell he was a part of what's going on out there. I want to see Lonzo get back to that. I want to see that confidence that I seen when he was making plays and shots and things of that nature against the Dallas Mavericks, against the Lakers. The 3-ball, it is a very 3-ball centric style that Lonzo Ball is playing. Lonzo Ball, to me personally, what I noticed again with the Chicago Bulls, when his shot is falling, his offense is money, he's got the ball a lot more. They're more willing to just say, here you go, Lonzo, do your thing. You understand? Lonzo Ball has to be on attack mode offensively from opening tap. I'm not really looking for passiveness. I'm not looking for Zach LaVine to win this one for him. I'm not looking for DeRozan to come out here and knock it out the park. Tonight, I'm more focused with Lonzo Ball. You understand? That's what I'm focused on tonight. I want Lonzo to come with a different mindset. The game before it was too lax. They did not show up, and I want the Bulls to be a little angry tonight. You play a game like you played, a shitty loss like you just did that just transpired. You understand? You gotta come out with some fire, some venom. You understand? It gotta be some anger, headed that direction from Chicago. You got embarrassed on your home floor, to the 13th seed in the Eastern Conference, a team that's really finding their way. That was completely unacceptable on all parties, especially for a team that claims that they have some type of championship or a deep run playoff aspirations. I mean, at some point, is contenders and there's pretenders. The game that just transpired with Indiana, it kind of exposed Chicago a little bit. Are they really going to be a force like that come playoff time, or are they just one of these hot teams in the NBA rolling right now? And I think that's what they need to ask themselves. Something must change. And it's not all Lonzo's fault. At some point, we got to hold everybody accountable that has a hand in this. That goes to Lonzo. That goes to Billy Donovan. That goes to a lot of players. Zach LaVine, DeMar DeRozan. I think it really starts with DeMar DeRozan, Zach LaVine, and Lonzo Ball. Those guys have to come up with something, that's more conducive for everyone. They have to understand that, okay, Zach and DeMar eating like that. Yeah, they run up the numbers and things of that nature. But is that beneficial for a Kobe White who's trying to come back and get reacclimated into the offense, who's still trying to find his footing? Is that conducive for Lonzo Ball? What about some of these young guys? You get the Greens of the world, the IOs and things of that nature. The Bradleys. These guys got to get touches. I think Lonzo Ball can make these guys a much better offense if given the opportunity. And on Lonzo, pointing the flashlight at Lonzo Ball, you can't just be so willing to give up the rock all the time. What I see a lot from Lonzo Ball, he's coming down half court, he's just ready to pass the ball. And like I said, I think that's a horrible habit, that's been put in place. Even coming from New Orleans, this play style pretty much started in New Orleans, where it was just deadlocked like this, But it seems like in New Orleans, he was more willing to get the basketball back. He had more players looking for him. I'm telling you, right now with the Chicago Bulls, when they dump that ball over to Zach, when they dump that ball over to DeMar, it's like they don't see nothing else. All they see is the rim themselves. They start dribbling, getting freaky out there. The shits get crazy. It says, what my man said, this is Flight. I want to drop a recap vid on Zoe, but I don't know yet. Might be Saturday, to be honest. First 20 games, Bulls recap and analyzing his role on the team. I think that would be a great idea. I think that's a good barometer, to find out his role on the team and things of that nature. To be honest with you, his role on the team changes from game to game. You can have one game where it's looking like, because I just seen in the first part of the season, it seemed like Lonzo was playing 3-and-D. That second game, that first game against Detroit, a 3-and-D role, I seen Lonzo really just spotting up for threes. That second game against the New Orleans Pelicans, let me just show you the difference in roles, how things are just shifting from game to game. You understand? You go from that game against Detroit where he's pretty much specifically 3-and-D. He handled the ball, but, I mean, it was still kind of a 3-and-D role. The game against New Orleans, the man is a goddamn facilitating point guard, goes out there and hits a triple-double. You understand? The man has got the rock a lot more. And then you go to these other performances where it's lackluster, where he's kind of like he's relinquishing his duties as a point guard. One day he's bringing the rack up the ball. Okay, then he'll defer to Zach LaVine. Okay, he'll defer to DeMar DeRozan. Those guys are dribbling the ball up way too much. And I was very concerned. Somebody said something when DeMar came. Like, when DeMar did come, I was kind of like, what the hell? Because if people don't know, in San Antonio, DeMar DeRozan was playing pretty much point forward for the San Antonio Spurs. You understand? When they had my man, DeMar DeRozan was playing the 4. Popovich had DeMar playing the 4, playing that point guard role. He was pretty much facilitating for San Antonio. So I was like, damn, DeMar was doing similar stuff that we want Lonzo to do, things of that nature. And I see, DeMar's bringing the rock up the floor, just like how he was doing with San Antonio. And San Antonio, that really wasn't conducive. You understand? You got a solid point guard here. You got to utilize him. And like I said, Lonzo's got to be aggressive offensively. That way it'll open up your passiveness. You know, the way Lonzo Ball is playing right now, you have to be in attack mode offensively for that style to fully blossom, because it's not going to fully blossom the way it's going right now. The way it's going is just going to look like you playing hot potato out there. You know, you got to be on attack offensively. You know, once Lonzo hits some shots, you know, things of that nature, everything opens up. See, let me give you an example. Lonzo's driving to the paint. Finally, when he decides to put his head down and go to the paint with reckless abandonment, right? When Lonzo's going to the paint, the defense is collapsing on him, right? In any other usual circumstance, when a guy's driving to the paint, you know, you putting pressure on the defense, it makes them make a decision. You understand? They have to decide, are you gonna dump it off? You know, it's like three different options. A defense, you putting pressure on the defense. It seems like when Lonzo's driving, it's not much pressure on the defense. They know the decision. The decision is a pass. You understand? So they're sitting there waiting in motion, right, waiting for the decision to be made. So Lonzo definitely got to be smarter on that department. You cannot be so predictable on offense that you know, it's just they done figured you out. You know, nobody should be able to figure out Lonzo Ball. You got to have these defenses and these teams off balance. You know, that's all I can say. You know, but it's Flight Sports TV. I'm gonna leave it at that. I got some more content rolling out for the people. Be on the lookout today. Shout out my man MCCs, and I think Lonzo dropped 13, 6, and 4. You know, today I'm not gonna really predict. I'm more looking at a mindset than a guy just coming out here just bombing, just out here just bombing crazy ass numbers. I want a guy that's out here really doing their thing. Hold on a second, my bad. Let me flip the camera around. Yeah, I'm in my car right now. See, I'm giving y'all some visuals. You know, right now I'm at the job. It's so crazy because we're about to get out of work and shit. Like, we about to get out of work a little early. Thank God, you know, to the high heavens. You understand? So I definitely like to bring content to the people, you know, during the day. You know, I want to start doing shit like this, you know, where y'all really get a good visual of me on the outskirts. Every time I'm not always comfortable in the crib, sometimes I got to bring y'all the content straight up like this. This is facts. I need a mindset. Yeah, Lonzo Ball today is a mindset change. That's what I'm expecting from Lonzo. You got to change your mindset. Don't come out here just playing hot potato. You too good. Just like I heard Nico Savage say last night, Lonzo Ball is too good for this. You know, seriously, when you look at the potential that Lonzo Ball had coming into this league, and like the way he played with the Lakers, the way he played with the Pelicans in spurts, you know, right now you do see a different type of player right now. I think that's evident. You know, you do see something. I think Lonzo got to get that spark, you know, get that hunger. Because, like I said, the more you struggle and play like this, you validate David Griffin. Griffin looks smarter and smarter. New Orleans look more brilliant and more brilliant with these decisions that's being made. So these guys got to get it together. You cannot validate David Griffin. I'm telling you, when David Griffin gets fired, it need to be a celebration. You understand? It can't be, oh, man, because the problem is, if the more Lonzo continue to fuck up, the more it buys Griffin time. Because Griffin might look good in all of this. See, Griffin was looking horrible. Lonzo was cooking up like that. And New Orleans is shitty, you know. See, right now, New Orleans is shitty and Lonzo is having an up and down situation. It might buy David Griffin some time because you just saved the organization some money, you know, if that's how they looking at it. You know, but they clearly made a mistake, because if they had him over there, you know, they would not be, you know, have this bad of a record. You understand? But I will say this, Brandon Ingram would have looked out for Lonzo a little bit more than what the hell is going on right now. You know, so I'm gonna leave it at that, man. Just be on the lookout for some content. I got some more shit rolling out for the people. Shout out to everybody, man. This was just a little short shit. Be on the lookout for more, man. And happy holidays, man. Y'all better hold it down. Don't eat too much out there.